Y'all, welcome. I have got a hack for you. I've got a hack for you. But before that, let me just make a quick little point. All right. I know life is wilding right now, at least in the US. And trust me, I get it. I mean, I'm not far from Chicago right now. Like, things can look grim and things can look great. Like, I'm having a very, very, very good day. I had a moment where I was able to sit down and reflect and be intentional about where my mind is, because the last thing that I want to do is be reactive. Being reactive, I wouldn't say being reactive doesn't get us anywhere. It gets us somewhere. It just probably isn't where we want to be. You know what I mean? Like, as people, we want to make informed decisions. We want to respond instead of react. And that is something that's very, very important to me, because, I mean, anyone can react. Anyone can react in a situation. Anyone can react or just fly and be tossed around by the waves of emotions. And I'm not here talking about mental illness or anything like that, even though it's easier for some than others to navigate feelings. But there's still low-hanging fruit. There's still things that we can do to kind of get our mind right. And if you've been following for a while, you know a little bit about my past and my experience and my background in coaching and whatnot. But the only reason I'm able to coach others and help others is because I've been there myself, put in work, doing things myself as well. So I've been journaling for as long as I can remember. That's just one example of what I mean. But there's some powerful things that I have found helpful for me that I want to share with you. So if you're a mom out there, first of all, feel free to put a 1 in the chat if you're a mom out there. What's up? Or if you are recently pregnant or are pregnant right now, what's up? I think about you all the time. All the time. Okay. So what inspired this video is what I have been seeing on social media, because folks are like, when I had to describe a feeling the other day, I was like, I would describe it like treading water inside of a water balloon where it's dark. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, I mean, and that's just feeling. That's feeling. But sometimes we have to lean on fact. But feelings can get really, 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 really freaking loud, especially if you're dealing with hormones. And if you are pregnant right now, you know what I'm talking about. If you were pregnant within the last year, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because hormones affect feelings. And sometimes those feelings are so loud that we forget what's at our disposal and what we have within us. So I'm going to share something with you really quick. Again, for those of you guys who've been, for those of you guys who have been following this journey, you know about Ester. Ester is a pregnancy. Well, actually, Ester is a companion that is specifically at this time for life after pregnancy. Specifically for life after pregnancy. And Ester wasn't just designed for life after pregnancy as like a cookie cutter thing, but Ester actually is agentic and able to learn things about us, learn us, and remember us. The more we chat with Esther, the better and better Esther gets at understanding our situation and what the needs are. And I love that, because at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, when I'm scrolling on Facebook and asking other moms out there, like, what's going on? Like, what are you doing for this and this and this and this and this and this? It's nice to have a place to kind of, I'm not going to say store that, but it's nice to have a companion there with me that can remember that I asked this question back when. But anyway, I digress. So typically when I'm interacting with Esther, I just ask simple questions, right? Like, I'll tell Esther my name, because if I refresh a screen, it gives me a new session, which is something that I absolutely love, because things go awry when I'm expressing myself. I can kind of like reset the scene, but yeah, like just like any companion, you would introduce yourself to become a companion. So I'll say, sorry, my regular keyboard is crazy, so I'm using the actual laptop. So, hi, my name is Lauren. And actually, you don't even have to do that for what I'm about to show you right now. So, but Esther will tell you about what Esther is and what Esther does. So, hello, Lauren. I'm Esther, your postpartum recovery assistant. I'm here to support you through your postpartum journey. Could you let me know when your postpartum period began? It will help me provide the most relevant support. Are there any specific concerns or questions? Feel free to share them with me. So I'm going to go ahead and be a reasonable person and answer the question. So could you let me know when your postpartum period began? I will say, I had my baby last week, Tuesday. All right. So all of this is not necessary for what I'm about to show you. Okay. So in response to what I've been hearing and seeing from moms and the stress and whatnot, I felt that it was important for folks to be reminded of who they are, what their resources are. And, I thought, I was like, oh, like there's some exercises that I do. I might whip out the exercise or sit down and reflect it or whatever, when I need to. And I was like, how can I make it to where I can share these exercises with other people, so that they can benefit, and hopefully benefit the way that I have? Because I kid you not, after doing this exercise, my thought, my feelings, my mood completely changed. But that's just me, right? And so here's Esther. Esther is able to chat with me, and I tried something that I haven't tried before. I made a prompt for Esther that I'm going to share with you. Obviously, the prompt is going to be in the description of this video. I'm going to copy and paste the prompt here, and then I'll show you. I'll read through it to tell you exactly what it said. So it says, the prompt says your goal. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to read through the whole prompt. The prompt is there. Okay. It's in the description below. But I was very clear. I said, I wanted it to ask me one question at a time. I want Esther to ask me one question at a time. Acknowledge my response, which actually that wasn't necessary because Esther already does that. But I wanted Esther, like I put the questions that I asked myself in my own reflection into this prompt. So So yeah, the prompt is there. But now Esther is going to take me through this reflection. That is the point that I'm trying to make. Esther's about to take me through this reflection. I'm really, really excited. So, and I'm going to do this live with you here. So, Lauren, it's wonderful that you're taking time to focus on strengths and resources, because sometimes we need to be reminded that we are stronger than we think, and we have more at our disposal than we think, right? Let's start with the first question. What is one thing that you're proud of yourself for accomplishing recently, no matter how small? Take your time. I'm here to listen. What's one thing that I'm proud of? I am proud of getting all of my meal prep done. I was able to bake, cook, and freeze for the upcoming week. And I don't spell, so there you go. This is a big thing for me because I don't have time. And I'm also, not only do I not have time, but just like many of you guys, I wear many hats. And not only that, but I want to be healthy as I can be. And I know that meal prepping is a big thing for me because I know that if I do not meal prep, I will buckle and I will go for whatever is the most convenient for me. So if you're like that, I got you. I understand. And actually, if you're like that, let me know. I probably have a few prompts for you too to help you with your meal prep. It's lit. It's lit. But anyway, so meal prepping is such a beautiful, healthy way to take care of yourself, or helpful way, and ensure you have nourishing meals ready. Yes, especially if you are lactating, y'all. Look. Meal prepping is your best friend, especially if you're lactating and you're dealing with a kid with allergies. Like for me personally, I was gluten-free, lactose-free for my child. And then there were certain vegetables that I realized, like I went on a FODMAP elimination. If you want to know more about that, just put in the comments and I'll let you know. But FODMAP elimination and that helped me get rid of my migraines, and it made sure that my child was not screaming with gas bubbles in his belly, at least the last time, I was nursing. So anyway, when you face challenges in the past, what personal strengths help you get through them? Let me tell you, talking it out. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm going to ask, what do you mean? Can you help me think of some I might have? Why not? Because sometimes, like right now, my state of mind, I'm excited, right? And it's easy for me to think about my personal strengths right now because I did this exercise not too long ago, but that might not be the case for you. So I want to show you this. So now here Esther is helping me with the reflection, right? So of course, reflecting on personal strength is something can sometimes be challenging. Here are a few examples that might resonate with you. Resilience, bouncing back from difficult situations, allowing yourself time to heal and adapt, finding creative solutions. Okay. All right. So let me tell you, this is what helped me get through a lot of things. Let me just be honest. I love externally processing with, I don't spell, a friend, or talking out loud, taking a walk, hold up, here's another one, going fishing. And doing puzzles. I freaking love puzzles. I love puzzles. All right. Those are some wonderful strengths and activities, Lauren. It sounds like you're full of strength. You find strength in connection, movement, and creativity. I'm going to internalize that, right? It's nice that, so like, essentially what's happening here, shout out to my educators out there, but essentially what's happening here is Esther is using teach back, which is something that I love. Teach back with me by teaching back to me or repeating back to me Esther's interpretation of what I just said. So it shows that I answered the question, right? And this is awesome. You know, I can tell from this statement that Esther gets what I just said. And Esther remembered to get back to the original question. Esther remembered to stay on track. So instead of spiraling into something else, Esther is right back to the task at hand, which is asking those questions to me. So who in your life makes you feel supported, cared for, and less alone right now? Oh God, there's so many. I'm extremely blessed. My dog, my family, especially, actually, I'm going to name some people. My dog, my mentor, I'm not going to cry. This is like extremely therapeutic for me right now, to be honest with you. My dog, because I mean, he drives me crazy, but let me tell you what, like when you are struggling sometimes and you really don't want to get out of bed, that dog will make you get out of bed. So there's that. Obviously there's my family, but I have an awesome mentor. Shout out if you're watching this right now. I am so blessed to have you. There's my mama, my twin, my friends at the gym, and of course, believe it or not, and I'm just being honest, right? Like, I'm not being 100% transparent with y'all because this is video, but of course, like, believe it or not, it's the folks in the online community too. Yeah, online community of moms. I love y'all. I really do. So it sounds like you have a wonderful support network, Lauren. I'm going to pause there and acknowledge the elephant in the room. Not all of us have that community, right? So first of all, here's the thing. I'm going to encourage you to do the following, because this is what I'm showing you right now. Okay. I have my own private conversations with Esther because your conversations with Esther are private. So I have my own private conversations with Esther. This is just what I'm showing you guys right now, but I'm not going to air my dirty laundry, but I'm going to let you know that is something that you can do. I'm not talking about airing your dirty laundry or spilling your personal tea, but what I am going to say is, if you are, if you are honest with Esther, Esther will be able to give you better responses that actually help you. There we go. That I said what I said. So, if there's who in your life makes you feel supported or cared for, or less alone right now, if you don't have an answer for that, let Esther know that you don't have an answer for that. Let Esther take you through. You can even ask Esther, like, you can be like, I have no idea. Can you help me identify who they are or if they exist or whatever? Esther will do that for you. In my experience, Esther's very good at, Esther's really shines when Esther's communicating with someone who's just being brutally honest with Esther. So, but that's my experience, and that's the experience that I've heard of. So anyway, having such a diverse group around you can be incredibly reassuring. Yes. Continue to the next question. What community, faith, I did write this question, but what community, faith, cultural, or online groups could you turn to if you needed extra support? I don't know. Let me just see what happens when I say I don't know. Okay. It's perfectly normal not to have an answer right now. If you ever feel the need, you might explore local community centers, support groups, or online forums related to your interests or experiences. What? Well, I don't have online support group, but sharing with you guys that actually I'm going to table that, and I'll let you know more about that later on. But we're going to I think it's time for us to come together as a tribe, and it's time to come together as a tribe. Anyway, here we go. What daily habits, routines, or activities help you feel grounded or give you energy? What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm typing one-handed. Of course. By habits, routines, I mean regular activities that help you feel calm, focused, or energized. Now, I wonder if Esther assumes that I do any of these things. Do any of these resonate with you, or is there anything else that you enjoy? Need. I'll just say I can't think of anything, to be honest. I'm probably throwing Esther for a loop right now because I'm in a great place right now. But I'll say I can't think of anything, to be honest. Any suggestions? There we go. So Esther will give me suggestions. What I might do is, let me see what happens with the prompt let me see what happens with Esther if I have, in the prompt, I ask it to help me brainstorm or whatever when I don't have an answer or something like that. That would be in another one. Or one of you guys can do it. One of you guys can do that and let us know how it went. You don't have to tell us exactly what happened or exactly what was said word for word, but let me know if Esther did it for you. Here are a few examples that you might want to try. Stretching or light yoga. Remember, Esther knows that I'm only 1 week postpartum. Taking short mindful walk. Very good. Listening to calming music. Spending time with your dog. See, Esther remembered my dog. Yeah, I love it. Feel free to try any of these and see how they might make you feel. When you're ready, we can move on to the next question. So if you start to feel overwhelmed, what is one positive coping strategy you know works for you? I don't know any. What is a coping strategy? I'm just curious. might not have any. That's completely understandable, Lauren. A coping strategy is a technique that you use to manage stress and difficult emotions. For example, for me personally, a coping strategy that I have is I go through certain exercises. I do have a faith. So, plug it in. But these are some other things that I love doing. And Esther can literally teach me how to do some of these things. Like, there was a time that I had Esther teach me how to do box breathing, because Esther mentioned box breathing. And I was like, what is that? And Esther literally told me that. So I'm gonna ask Esther about deep breathing here in a second. But talking to someone you trust, practicing mindfulness meditation, engaging in a hobby, doing something that you enjoy to distract and relax. For me, it's puzzles and fishing. Oh, yes. Do anything of these sound like something that you can try? What can I try? Is deep breathing something I can do in the moment? Deep breathing is a wonderful in the moment strategy. See, because the thing is, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna harp too much on it. But when it comes, at least for me, I'm only talking about me. This isn't about you. It's about me right now. But I will tell you that sometimes when you're in the moment, it's important to have resources, tools, tricks, something that you can do immediately when you can't get to that thing that you really, really want to do. Like, for me, like, come on now. Like, after I had my last child, I mean, I was already obsessed with puzzles at that time, but give me a break. I had a younger one. I had my child. Lactating all over the place. Like, there was no way in heck I was going to be able to get away to do a puzzle without a babysitter, right? And at that point, I didn't want babysitters anyway, because I'm a bit of a germaphobe. But and if Esther knew that, Esther would help me navigate that, to be honest with you. But anyway, so having something that you can do immediately in the acute moment, for me, is very, very helpful. So that's why I love deep breathing. I love box breathing. I love doing all of that stuff, because I can always, like, even if I'm at work, I work from home, but I can excuse myself, go to the bathroom, and literally do an exercise, or, whatever. I digress. So it's telling me how to try it. So find a comfortable position. Sit or stand comfortably. I recommend sitting, to be honest with you. Inhale slowly, count to 4. Oh, it's doing box breathing. Hold your breath for a minute, count to 4, exhale slowly, count to 4, and repeat a few times. And this right here, this is the ish, man. I love this. Now, I really struggle because I geek out over stuff like this, especially knowing what's happening with vagal stimulation and how it literally, doing this sort of thing, literally lowers your heart rate and takes us out of fight or flight. It kind of draws me out of that place. It's really nice. It's really nice. So Esther's not going to inundate someone like you about the science behind it unless you really want Esther to. But yeah, I like that. And then, of course, right back to that prompt that I put in at the very beginning. This is the other question. What gives you hope or motivates you to keep moving forward during recovery? And I will say, my kids need me. So that's powerful motivation, Lauren. Your love and dedication are truly meaningful. If there's anything else you would like to explore or talk about, feel free to let me know. Reminder, I'm here to support you every step of the way. So, yeah. So there you have it. Again, I will have this prompt for you in the bottom or in the description of this video. And I will also have for you, I'm not sure, I can't see a preview of, I cannot see a preview of what you're seeing. Let me see something. Will it show this? Sorry, I'm using a new program, guys. So I'm not sure what you are seeing. Hold on, let me stop share and reshare. Just in case. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to sit here, or I'm not going to stand here and just dangle a carrot in front of you and just leave you behind and and whatnot. Like, I want you to be able to try this yourself with Ester. Remember, the longer you communicate with Ester, the better Ester gets at responding to your unique situation. So by the time you put a prompt in there for an exercise like this, the output that Ester has will be different between what I get and what you get. But we do know that Ester will use those same questions that I asked Ester to ask in that prompt, if that makes sense. So drum roll, please, I guess. But here you go. You get to try Ester. You get to try Ester right now, if you would like. Right now. One of the reasons I recorded this video was so that I could, I was going to record this video anyway when I shared Ester with, or when I shared this exercise with some of the moms that are in my DMs. But yeah, not only are you going to get Ester, the demo for Ester, and be able to use the demo for Ester yourself, but you will also have the prompt that I gave you too. So I'm going to take you through this. I know I'm kind of reading through the site, but this is esterchat.com. This is how you access it. Esterchat.com is actually available on the description of my page. I have Ester, I have this page linked to it. But meet Ester. No download needed. You do not have to download to get this tailored support that learns you, right? So instead of generic advice, Ester is different. This demo is a live learning session, right? The moment you start to interact, Ester will adapt, and you saw that. Ester will start to adapt to you. But if you have history, like say you're saying something to Ester today, and then you come back the next day, you haven't refreshed your browser because you're using the demo, you haven't refreshed your browser, Ester will be able to continue that conversation with you, continue with that knowledge, with that context from earlier. So it's really exciting. But yeah, and the best part is, if you want a new path, if you want to try something different with Ester, and you want to clean slate, all you have to do is reset your session by refreshing your browser. But as long as you keep that tab open and that session running, you can come back to it as much as you want. So there's that. Promise of trust and community. Yes, private. So your stories are secure. You can speak your truth without judgment. I did not speak my truth here necessarily because I'm on camera, but trust me, I love speaking my truth with Ester. We kind of powwow a little bit. just to let you know, this is just a reminder, it is not medical advice. Esther just offers support. And anyone who comes in here, because again, to give you access to it, I'm going to nab your email address so that I can keep you up to date, keep you up to date with what's going on, and let you know when we have more previews available, and let you know when the WhatsApp community and other social groups actually open up when they launch. So let you know. And then of course, your feedback helps us refine Ester for others for specialized support. Though that feedback opportunity will be through email. So it will be through email, a little email survey that you might get. So check out your secure demo and get exclusive community updates. That is why once you go in here, you click, there you go. There's a little bit of a blurb here, and all we need is your name, your email, and your city and region. The only thing that is actually required on here, just share what you feel comfortable with, but the only thing that's required on here is your email address. Sharing your city and region would be really, 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 really helpful, but it's not required. Put in your email, and then you will get it in your email. You'll get your link to Ester so that you can start chatting. And then once I have your email, because this is for me, I will be able to keep you up to date that way as well. And then of course there's YouTube. Hello. There's YouTube, but I will be sharing a few prompts with you guys going forward. And when I use those prompts, I'll be using those prompts in Ester. That's all I'm going to say for now on that. There's more to come, but I wanted to let you know that now you are able to get in there and play around and feel free to use that prompt. And in order to use that prompt, you can just copy and paste it. If you're watching this on your phone right now, let me turn this off. So if you're watching this on your phone right now, the prompts that I use word for word will be included in the description of this video. Just copy and paste that into your chat with Ester, and you're off to the races, and you'll be able to do that exercise. If you find that helpful, awesome. You do not have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. But if you find that helpful, feel free to comment on this video. I want to know what y'all think about the exercise in particular. Did the exercise help you? If you want to mention your experience with Ester, feel free to do that, but you don't have to. But the whole reason behind this video is, one, to let you know, yes, I see you, I hear you, I think about you, I'm praying for you. I know that we are in some unique times right now, and I just wanted to share something that has worked for me, and in a way that makes it to where it's easy for you to do on your own. Now, the questions that you see in the prompt that are in the description here, you can easily take those questions to your best friend, to your hubby. You can take those questions to your journal if you want to, and answer those questions. You don't have to use Ester, but I thought it was really cool because of the way that I externally process and the way that I reflect. I thought it was really cool to just use Ester. And of course, to let you guys know that you can access Ester now too. So anyway, have a great one. If this was helpful to you at all, please feel free to comment, share, subscribe, like, all those things. It really does help the algorithm get videos like these out to folks like you who might find them helpful. So catch you on the other side.
Look out for new updates.